Don't throw your voice away.
So you're not a singer, a karaoke ringer. So please heed our words, so your voice can be heard. Tell you why you should take it for granted. Tell you why your voice can leave this planet. Tell you why you'll understand why we all say, don't throw your voice away. We scream and we cheat and mistake. Something sounds weird, it's gone. And you say, I've thrown my voice away. Tell us why you felt the need to be loud. Tell us why you tried to shout above the crowd. Tell us why you still don't realize till this day the kids couldn't hear you anyway.
We want you to know that without your voice, you couldn't express yourself.
That's right. We want you to know you won't have a choice to love it with all your might. Your voice can be great.
It's never too late.
Your voice. This part is too high.
We gave the fire to sing. We knew it sounded amazing.
Didn't want to be the one to say, I grew out my voice today. Tell you how to improve your vocal hygiene. Tell you where your vocal cords should be seen. Tell you why we never want to hear you say, I've thrown my voice away. Tell you why you should always cherish your voice. And you know why we're standing on the stage today. Come on, it's voice day. Let's go, it's voice day. Almost took the mic. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the 2026 Christina Jackson Minaldi World Voice Day Concert Celebration, brought to you by Lakeshore Professional Voice Center and Lakeshore Ear, Nose, and Throat Center, and the letter V. I knew some people knew Sesame Street. That's awesome. That's great. Juliana, this is our 20th
Oh my God.
concert. 20th concert. One person in this audience has been to every single one of those concerts, and that's my wife, Rebecca. We're going to have another night of amazing performances, celebrating the beauty of the human voice, raising awareness of vocal health, doing some good dad jokes, stressing out that all the performers are going to get laryngitis right before the concert, and that only my family will be in the audience. You know, it gets a little,
Yeah, and another opportunity for us to live out our dreams of being rock stars,
That's
right?
true. That's true, yes.
How about a hand for the rest of the band? Woo-hoo! And Dr. Rubin, you outdid yourself this year, writing the opening number to a Backstreet Boys tune.
I saw nothing wrong with using a boy band song in my mid to late 50s.
Well, whatever helps you through your midlife crisis.
Okay. So how many have been to our concert before? I always like to check. All right, we're probably doing something right. How many newbies are out there? Nice. And how many of you just wandered off the street because you heard the word free? Remember, the concert is free, the food and drink are not, so eat, drink, and be merry. tip your servers well so they allow us back here next year.
It's so amazing to see such a large audience, full of friends, family, co-workers, providers, residents, future clinical fellow, Chilean students spending time with us, everyone here. And groupies, right?
We have groupies?
Well, I can't speak for you, but most of all, our patients. People who have suffered voice loss and recognize the value of their voices, which they might not have appreciated before their setback. We would have them all stand, but that would go down as the biggest HIPAA violation in the history of the world.
Yeah, we use that joke every year, but it's too good to pass up. So last year, for those of you who were here, you remember we kept bringing the musical Wicked into our narrative, given the timing of the wildly successful movie version. We won't be doing that this year because the sequel didn't do quite as well.
You still cried at the end, didn't you?
Oh, that last duet's a killer. Well, this year it's Pure World Voice Day theme with tips on vocal health, interspersed between inspiring performances from some incredibly talented performers. And here's our first tip. Although many of you will want to hoot and holler in support for these performers, and it makes us feel great, I will tell you, it would be tremendously ironic if somehow we were to induce a new vocal injury. I swear to you, we are not trying to solicit any business tonight.
So if you feel the need for volume, remember, volume comes from breath support, not from muscle strain. You can also use your hands, let your hands do the talking, the clapping, but there's one thing you need to keep in mind. There are times when your hands shouldn't be doing the talking, and that's when you're driving and someone upsets you in the highway.
Wow, a voice tip and a life tip. And I just thought you were a good voice pathologist. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at the great Andiamo Celebrity Showroom to celebrate World Voice Day. A big thank you to Joe Ficari for allowing us to use this fantastic space, Foodie Rome for helping us coordinate everything, to Travis LaGuire and his amazing team from Production Assets for the phenomenal sound and lighting, and the rest of the Andiamo staff here working to meet your culinary needs. And we want to recognize our sponsors who helped support this concert because of their passion for the cause. Mike Dadas, the Roncelli Family Foundation, Nicole and Stephen Eisenberg, and Ellen Davidson and the Brogan Partners. And a huge thank you to Judy Olds. Judy, where are you? Judy came to a concert some years ago, came up to me and said, listen, I do graphic design. I will do your program every year. And she's been doing a wonderful job with that every year. We want to thank Ron Weiler for recording and live streaming this event. Yes, you could have stayed home and watched it, but it's much better here, I promise you, okay? David Newman and Core Litigation for their support every year. And last but not least, many of our staff at Lakeshore Ear, Nose, and Throat who volunteer their time to help. Amber Kendall, Carrie Brown, Tamika Tyler, and Beth Levine.
Woohoo! And of course, we thank our families who have to deal day in and day out with two frustrated performers who have to spend countless hours putting together this show as though it was their chance at a big break. And all the performers you see on stage today who volunteer their time and their talent to celebrate the voice with you all tonight.
So World Voice Day started in Brazil to raise awareness of laryngeal cancer. Because cancer on your vocal folds will present early because it will change the quality of your voice. So if you don't assume you have laryngitis for months on end, the diagnosis can be made earlier, hopefully before things turn to cancer, or early enough so that less aggressive treatment can be performed. So you get your best chance at beating it and maintaining a good or at least a serviceable voice. And a change in voice actually can be the presenting sign of cancer elsewhere, anywhere from your brain into your chest. And it can also be the sign of neurologic problems, cardiac problems, rheumatologic problems, endocrine problems, or just general health issues. So it's important to pay attention to the voice.
And most voice changes in vocal quality are related to some sort of vocal trauma, the way you're using your voice, like with too much abusing your voice, too much yelling, screaming. But early recognition and treatment of even benign voice problems will usually lead into a better chance of recovery. Sometimes the diagnosis might be delayed, and that's not what we want. Often voices can be recovered without any surgery. We can just do voice therapy. And even if surgery is required, chances are better for complete recovery when it's done in a timely and skillful fashion.
She was talking about me.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Any persistent change in vocal quality over a few weeks that doesn't normalize with voice rest should be evaluated by an otolaryngologist. If you're in a profession very dependent on the voice, such as a singer, teacher, public speaker, the threshold should be lower for having your vocal folds visualized early after a voice change. If you're a professional mime, you still should pay attention. Never assume prolonged hoarseness is due to laryngitis, allergies, or reflux.
So we celebrate tonight with beautiful singing voices, but don't take that to mean that those are the only voices that count. No one should take their voice for granted. How would you read to your kid? Whisper some sweet nothings into your loved one's ear, or enjoy singing in your place of worship if you lost your voice. This is a time we encourage you, all of you, to cherish your voice and think of things you can do to help preserve its quality for a lifetime.
This concert is in honor of Dr. Maria Cristina Jackson-Minaldi, who tragically passed away from breast cancer in 2020. And for those of you who don't know, she started the Voice Center with our past president, Dan Megler, in 1990, and she was a major player in the world of voice and a great friend and partner.
Yes. She was my mentor and our friend, and her exchange program with South America brings many South American voice professionals to the US to learn. I came up in 2007, don't do the math, for 3 months. And this actually started planning my future to join Dr. Rubin here at Lakeshore. And in fact, as I mentioned before, Iggy Abarca, she's a speech pathologist visiting us from Chile.
Sorry, Iggy, the position's been filled. So I also want to give a shout out to our now past president of Lakeshore, Dan Megler, who this is the first concert I think he's missed, so my wife has the record, but he's watching from Florida on live stream, and he's been my mentor and truly like a second father to me. I know he would prefer I say big brother, but I have to be realistic. Dr. Megler led Lakeshore Ear, Nose, and Throat to the great institution it is today, and I truly hope I can do half as good a job as he passes the baton to me. All right, we're about to start our concert, and I want to let you know, however, a couple things, really just one. For those of you who stay to the end, it's not that long a concert, there will be an opportunity to win a $50 gift card to the best gelateria, I think in the United States, but certainly in Michigan, and that is Shock Gelato. Just like we brought Dr. Codino here, we also brought her husband. And her husband brought Shock from Argentina. It is unbelievable, really just incredibly high quality gelato with all the natural flavors. It's unbelievable. So, motivation to stay. All right, so tonight, just before we continue, we are going to hear from someone who has played a huge role at our World Voice Day concerts. Before we do, though, we're going to have a little prep work, okay? I want you to clap your hands if you think you have only one vocal cord. I really hope that wasn't one of my residents. Okay. Clap your hands if you think we have two vocal folds.
Okay, there we go.
Anyone for three? Okay, good. All right, so the vocal folds have to do two things. They have to close and they have to vibrate. So if one vocal fold is paralyzed, Joseph, you're here? Good. If one vocal fold is paralyzed, the vocal folds typically won't close and someone will have a weak and breathy voice. If both vocal folds are paralyzed, it's typically a breathing issue and you could have something called stridor. Just like that.
Thank you, Joseph.
His vocal folds are not paralyzed. Well, the person who is about to speak to us, Miss Anna Warner, she is, many of you know her who've been here before. She's been performing at our World Voice Day concerts for years, ever since we started in a small theater at the previously called St. John Macomb Hospital, now Henry Ford Warren Hospital. She has performed with one paralyzed vocal fold and at other times with both vocal folds paralyzed. I will let her tell you the story, but Anna is an example of what I think is the best part of being a healthcare provider. In addition to getting to play a significant role in the health and quality of life of a person, we get to witness firsthand incredible strength and vulnerability. Our patients teach and inspire us, and she is a great example of that, and it is our privilege to serve them, and a particular privilege to introduce Miss Anna Warner.
Check. Okay. Hello. So this is the 20th anniversary of Voice Day, and I did my first Voice Day in 2009, so this is 17 years. I think I've missed 2. Just a little bit of history on my voice. I started singing in high school, and it was a true passion for me. I was in show choir, did all the musicals, got the leading role in a couple of musicals. I was on a TV show. For those of you old enough, it was called Saturday Night Music Machine. It was on WVD2026. I did musicals, and then I loved it so much, I went to college to do musical theater. And shortly after my freshman year, I changed to biochemistry, because, whatever, arts and sciences. But while in college, I did still also do musicals and was in the university chorale. After college, I started a career in sales, which is also acting, and I still sang passionately on the side. I sang at church, I did funerals, I did weddings, I did some sporting events. But then in 2008, I was diagnosed with papillary thyroid cancer. I was a mom of 3 young kids, and a lot of people think, oh, take out the thyroid, no problem. But during that first surgery, my right recurrent laryngeal nerve was cut, so my right vocal cord is permanently paralyzed. But also I had unencapsulated tumor spread throughout my neck, so it was a complicated surgery. And from that surgery, I had 2 paralyzed vocal folds. That is how I met Dr. Rubin, and at the time, Dr. Christina Minaldi. So they helped me, talked to me, coached me, and I got my voice back I lost my voice completely for about 5 months, and just air was coming out. But my focus was the cancer, because the prognosis originally wasn't great, and living. So consequently, things got better, my voice got back, and then in 2009, that cancer came back to my neck and my lymph nodes. Another surgery, already risky. I have scar tissue. My vocal fold on the right is paralyzed. But after that, my voice came back a little bit stronger, and that was my first Voice Day. But then in 2010, my cancer came back. And it was across my trachea, and it was wrapped around my left recurrent laryngeal nerve. So it was a very risky surgery. I was prepared to live with the trach. As much as I didn't want to, I just really wanted to live and watch my kids grow up. And then surgery was successful, saved my left laryngeal nerve, and I did 7 weeks of external beam radiation. And from the trauma of all that, that is the Voice Day. I had 2 paralyzed vocal folds. Mid-February of this year, I got the flu really bad. And after 8 days of fever, passing out on the floor, getting a minor concussion, my bathroom, really bad. Fever, cough, I completely lost my voice for the next 4.5, 5 weeks. So this is just now coming back. I still have a cough, but what that did was it brought back all those feelings and almost that feeling of despair of losing your voice, and just that reminder I knew Voice Day was coming. I was back in Dr. Rubin's office, this time with him and Juliana doing the scope and blowing those bubbles again. But it was a reminder of how powerful our voice really is. And I came across this quote, and it says, "The voice is a critical pathway to connect with, understand, and express who we are. We have feelings, energy, and experiences we want to share." And I remember when my kids were younger, I just wanted to sing to them. I just wanted to tell them I love them. They couldn't hear me. After that first surgery, all the music and the passion for music theater and singing that came naturally was gone. So as much as I don't want to say it was my identity, it was just something I knew I was good at that was gone. So finding another type of voice. I also read that the voice is the muscle of the soul. So this Voice Day, if you can still speak and have a voice, no matter how soft or broken, like mine is kind of still, use it. Use it to stand up for what you believe in. Use it to stand up for yourself. And most of all, use it to tell the people you love how much you love them, and do it often, because you just don't know what the next day holds. So I'm going to sing a song, hopefully. And the inspiration behind it, my dad was one of the biggest music influences of my life. Music of all kinds constantly filled our house. So naturally, when I was 8, my parents took me to my very first musical at the Fisher Theater to watch a musical that starred a little girl. For the next 5 years after that, I practiced every song. I learned all the choreography. I would act it out in our family room. And I always hoped that before I got too old, I would get to play this little girl with a red dress, curly red hair. But, this is almost 50 years later. My dad passed away 3 years ago, and this song, this beginning of my passion and love for music and musical theater, rang in my head. In today's crazy world, this song, it does ring in my ears. And during the loss of my voice from the flu, I would wake up and I actually think of this song because I would always think, I have hope that my voice will come back tomorrow. So here we go. After a sip of water. Till there's none, when I'm stuck with a day that's gray. chin and grin and say, the sun will come out tomorrow, so you've gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you tomorrow. You're always a day away. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's none. When I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely, I just stick up my chin and grin and say, oh, the sun will come out tomorrow, so you've gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may, tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you tomorrow. You're always a day away. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you tomorrow. You're always a day away.
Was that masterful or what? We usually wait a little longer in the program to get people to cry, but it just worked this way.
All right. Well, Carson Colby is an amazing young singer and songwriter. And as you probably know, when you're 15, one's voice and other things change. And for a singer with incredibly vocal demands as Carson, this can be very challenging. One might go to sleep a tenor and wake up a bass, right? Well, Carson has been doing an outstanding job working on his voice, and he's here to share it with you all tonight. And if you happen to be in Romeo on June 6th, you can go listen to his original songs at K Block's Barbecue. Ladies and gentlemen, Carson Colby.
Hi, my name is Carson Colby. I'm a sophomore at Chippewa Valley High School, and I've been singing all my life. I've been singing in church. I've been singing at family Christmas parties, but I recently started actually singing about 2 years ago. We had a choir in middle school, and I just fell in love with singing. Over the past year, I performed in a musical where I played the lead role, and I ended up getting very, very overuse of my vocal cords. When that, with a combination of voice change, just really didn't do my voice well. But with the help of Dr. Codino and Dr. Rubin, I don't know if they're over there, but they really, really helped my voice, and my voice is back to normal now, and I can like actually use my voice, and I'm able to think about like when I should use my voice so I can keep it healthy for performances like this. Like this is the first performance in a long time that my voice has been healthy, so it's really great to have it. Also, yeah, thank you. Also, like my mentor and my voice teacher, James Picar and Olivia Ferguson, they've really, really helped me. Miss Ferguson has helped me with technique, and James Picar has really, really helped me just know how to be smart with singing. Also, I can't see her over here, but my mom has done a lot for me. It's a little cheesy, but, you know, love you, Mom. And thank you. And then this is Corner of the Sky from Pippin. Everything has its season, everything has its time. Show me a reason and I'll soon show you a rhyme. Cats fit on the windowsill, children fit in the snow. Why do I feel I don't fit in anywhere I go? Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky. Every man has his daydreams, every man has his goal. People like the way dreams have of sticking to the soul. Thunderclouds have their lightning, nightingales have their song. And don't you see, I want my life to be something more than long. Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky. So many men seem destined to settle for something small, but I won't rest until I know I have it all. So don't ask where I'm going, just listen when I'm gone. And far away you'll hear me singing softly to the dawn. Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky.
Youth. All right. Where are we? Okay,
Here.
there we go. Good. All right.
Oh,
before
learning
yes,
moment.
we're gonna have a learning moment now. I hope you don't mind. Before our next performer, we're gonna do a little participation quiz, and I just want you to clap when you think you hear the right answer. And remember, there are wrong answers. You want to sing your favorite pop tune in the world. You can hit all the notes, but the song seems to rest in a part of your vocal range that causes you to feel some strain. The best course of action is A, suck it up, buttercup, and try harder. Oh, come on.
That was pretty obvious.
B, sing it over and over again until it feels right. Please.
Is that our fellow? No.
Sing it in a more comfortable key. Oh, there we go. Yes, yes. So the answer is C, for those of you who clapped otherwise. The range of notes most comfortable in your voice is called the tessitura. So even if you can hit the highest note in that Guns N' Roses song without too much effort, if most of those notes sit in that upper part of your register, it can be uncomfortable, and it can even lead to a vocal injury. So, in Broadway now, everyone loves the real high notes, so all these poor baritones are trying to sing tenor parts, making it very challenging. So there's nothing wrong with changing the key when you can. Now, I wanted to lower the key in the opening number, but if I did that, it was less comfortable for you-know-who. So, of course, we didn't lower the key because we know who rules in this family.
All right, well, this changing the key shenanigans has nothing to do with our next performer, who brings us into the world of classical singing, the wonderful Angela Bonello. Classical repertoire must be performed in the original key to preserve the vision of the composer and the music's specific resonance. Angela is a very experienced soprano with a deep understanding of her tessitura, the new word you learned today, and she would never choose to sing songs that don't fit well with her voice. We are in for a master class in artistry. Please welcome Angela Bonello.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. It's so nice to see so many people here tonight. My name is Angela Bonello, and I am currently graduating from the University of Michigan in 2 weeks with my master. Thank you. With my Master of Music in Voice and Opera Performance. I did my undergrad in voice and music education at Oakland University, which was the first time, that I was scoped in the office. We just took a field trip one day, and everyone got scoped, and the office was so gracious to do that for all of us, give us a nice baseline of what our chords look like when we're healthy. I saw them a couple times throughout my master's degree because between a lot of pressure and lots of singing demands, I was struggling with some muscle tension dysphonia. So I'm so, so grateful to the whole team at Lakeshore for helping me learn proper ways to take care of my voice and really giving me a strong sense of confidence in continuing to pursue my singing career. So I'm super grateful to them. Also super grateful to my parents who are here and always are here supporting me, and my amazing voice teacher at Michigan, which is Caitlin Lynch. So I'm really, really grateful to be here, and I'd love to perform A Je veux vivre, which is French for I want to live, and this is from Charles Gounod's opera Romeo et Juliet.
shattered. They will replace it. How about a hand for our accompanist, Jennifer Gale?
All right. Well, our next performer is Jennifer Cole. And if anyone here has spent any time at the Little Caesars Arena, her voice is going to sound familiar. She has delivered the national anthem for the Pistons over 1,000 times. She is the captivating lead vocalist of Gin and Juice. We're looking forward to the release of her upcoming album, Burnt Sugar, coming up in August this year. And spoiler alert, she's not singing the national anthem, but she's singing another song. Everybody welcome Jennifer Cole.
I will take the shortest mic. How is everyone doing tonight? It is truly, truly an honor to be here tonight. I've worked with Juliana, and I've also worked with Dr. Rubin. I've been a singer, let my mother tell it, all my life. I didn't know until she heard me one day in the shower, and then she said one time when I was 4, I was sitting on Minnie Mouse's lap. Oh, she had a costume on, Minnie Mouse. I sat on her lap, and I sang to all the kids in the party, and apparently from that point on, I was a singer. So definitely honored to be here tonight. Just my journey dealing with my voice. At one point, I grew up in church and singing gospel, and I kind of took that, and I had an interest in musical theater as well. So I was doing theater, musical theater. Also, I was singing in different places around town, different wedding bands, things like that. And I got to a point where I wasn't taking any training at all. And I got to a point where I was singing so much that one day I woke up and I was hoarse. And that's what brought me to the office. Come to find out, I had some nodules on my vocal cords, and working with the team here, excellent team, I was able to at least heal those vocal cords. I'm still doing some work with them now, but it's just been a great experience. And the part of that I feel good about is I feel like me getting the vocal damage was actually a blessing, because now I'm more interested in just how the voice works and the vocal folds and what makes you go from here to there. And, it's just such an interest that I have in singing now. So the song selection that I have for you tonight is called Easy on Me by Adele. And I think that fits very perfectly, because you think about the journeys of singers and all the things we have to be conscious of and go through, and we're standing up on this stage and we're pouring our heart and soul out to the audience. It's like you don't know what we're going through physically, emotionally, you don't know. So take it easy on us sometimes. You never know what we're going through. All right. There ain't no gold in this river that I've been washing my hands in forever. go, go easy on me. Thank you.
All right, another teaching moment? Yes, clap when you hear the right answer. Your teaching career has gotten off to a great start. You feel so proud as you see the blossoming of the 31 first grade students you have in your class, many of them advancing their reading skills faster than you could have imagined. However, you notice by the end of each day your voice is tired and a bit raspy. By the end of the week, you wonder if it will ever recover. The best course of action is every day after work, meet your friends at a loud bar and tell them about your problems over a whiskey or two.
Actually, that's not the right answer.
Right. Wait for
But I
the other
understand
option.
how you feel.
Option B, see an otolaryngologist to make sure there's no significant vocal injury and ask your school principal for a microphone in the classroom. There you go.
Then go get a whiskey with your friend.
There's an option C, switch careers and teach sign language. All right.
All right, our next performer is Gabriela Monsalves. Now, one thing we particularly love, we love taking care of everybody, but we love the young singers because we feel like we can really influence them and help them lead to a long singing career or hobby, passion. And Gabriela came to us in high school, and I think sophomore in high school, and she was the lead in Beauty and the Beast. And we got to see her in that, which was wonderful, and continue to follow her throughout these years, which has been great. She left us for a bit to get a musical theater degree at Syracuse, and now has hit the ground running in what looks to be a very promising career, and we are thrilled to have her back, Miss Gabrielle Monsalves.
Hi, everyone. I had to write something down because otherwise I would be here all night talking, and we don't need that. We're here to sing. So yes, I'm Gabriela Monsalves. As Dr. Rubin and Dr. Codino said, I met them in sophomore year of high school, which was in 2018. Feels like that was like 3 years ago, but it's actually 8 years ago. Crazy. I knew I wanted to pursue musical theater at a pretty young age, and so I had already heard it was a good practice to get regularly scoped. And so just so you know, the baseline knowledge of your vocal folds and what they look like when they're healthy. So I scheduled an appointment with Dr. Rubin, and I was like, oh, this will be a quick visit, in and out, no big deal. And then he tells me that I have a polyp on my left vocal fold, and I will need surgery to remove it. That was a shock to me. I remember looking at my mom and being like, that's not what he was supposed to say. That wasn't the script. When I heard that, I really did feel like my career was over before it even started. But that was not the case. I started vocal therapy with Juliana or Dr. Codino, and that way I could still do my High School Musical that year, which was very important. And then I got my surgery in August of 2018, and it was definitely difficult to be on vocal rest for 2 weeks. As I said, I'm a talker. I don't think I've stopped talking since I learned how to do so. So 2 weeks with no talking, pretty difficult. But I made it through, and then when I could finally sing again, it just felt so much easier. And I always say that Dr. Rubin and Dr. Codino saved my life because singing is so much a part of who I am that I would have been lost without it. And then they saved my life again after that because I realized I had been living for 22 years without ever burping a day in my life. And then they did a procedure to fix that, a little RCPD thing. So now I can burp like a normal human being. I know, right? So if anyone out there feels like they've never burped or something, just give Dr. Rubin a call after this or go see him. But I'm so happy to be back here. This is my third World Voice Day concert. I performed in 2019, right after my surgery. Well, not right after. And then the virtual one in 2020. As they said, I went to Syracuse University and graduated with my BFA Musical Theater. Go Orange. Thanks. And now I'm kind of between here and New York City, trying to do the thing as we all try to do. So I'm super happy that I'm able to be a part of this one because I'm doing a show in Michigan right now. Tonight, I'm going to be singing a song that my friend in college actually recommended for me, and it's called You Gotta Change Your Name by Jamie Lozano. It was on this album that was called Songs by an Immigrant, and it was sung by Manny Gonzalez, and it's kind of about how Latino performers are always told to change their names to be easier for people. And I've actually never had that problem, even though I do have a very Mexican name. Most people tell me to never change my name because it's so pretty, which is great. And I'd like to think that's because of the Latinos that came before me. So this one goes out to them and mi familia, and also my boyfriend, who might be the only person who does want me to change my name one day. So.
When things were quite different, there was a little girl wanted to sing in musicals more than anything else in the world. So she packed up all her things and moved far away from her folks. Went to hundreds of auditions, some of them no more than jokes. She worked her butt off, she got some callbacks and got to finish songs. Little by little, she started sensing something was going wrong. Final callbacks, but no bookings. What were the forces unseen? And her agent told her, honey, you gotta change your last name, cause you're so in between. Great voice, but no choice. You look sort of white, so don't be blind. Audience's mind. So she asked every producer that she could find. And they said, Perez, Lopez, Gonzalez, Mendez, you all sound the same. If you want to work in this business, you gotta change your name. Chip on her shoulder, mulling it over, thinking they disapprove. She called her parents, they were not happy, she almost lost her groove. Smith or Abrams, maybe Jones or Matthews, how could she choose? Agent said, her manager said, honey, just make up your mind, you got nothing to lose. Great voice, but no choice, you look sort of white, so don't be blind. Audience's mind, so she asked every producer that she could find. And they said, Perez, Lopez, Gonzalez, Mendez, you all sound the same.
Quédate.
Oh, hi.
Yo voy a hablar en español porque para los latinos. No, listen, Gabriela, I just need a little fact checking. Here,
Okay.
I probably didn't say you have a polyp, you need surgery.
Well,
I probably said, hey, there's nothing catastrophic here. Not every, there are a lot of good voices out there that don't have perfect looking vocals.
this is true.
You have something in your voice. Okay, right? You
This
could
is
try some
true.
voice. Okay, I just want
See,
to make
but
sure.
my memory of it was like this nightmare.
I get it. I
You know,
totally
like,
get
it
it.
was just like dun dun dun.
All right, Rob, I'm so glad I brought up this conversation. Muy bien.
Wait, one thing. It was probably the hardest voice rest ever for that person, yeah.
Not usually 3 weeks. Okay. I will bring up this. There is a condition called retrograde cricopharyngeal dysfunction that she alluded to, where people can't burp, and this affects a lot of people, and they get bloating after they eat. It's very uncomfortable. They get gurgling sounds, and it just kind of came to light over the last few years. And treatment is Botox into the upper sphincter of the esophagus, and it's very effective. Okay, I'm excited for our next act. Well, I'm excited for every act, but Alex Shire. In 2015, a young, debonair American Idol quarterfinalist walked into our office living a bit too much like a rock star and had some issues, which we were able to fix. And since then, he's been the poster boy for vocal health. In fact, when I asked him a few years ago if he would sing again in the concert, he said, I'll only do it if I can sing in every concert. He's very passionate about spreading the gospel of loving your voice. In fact, he's so passionate about this concert that he never gave me a hard time for mispronouncing his name for at least 3 or 4 years at the concert. He continues to write, sing, and produce his beautiful music from his home in Port Huron. His music streams on all major platforms. Please listen to it. And he has some awesome music videos I just discovered on YouTube, actually, including a cover of Leanne Mack's I Hope You Dance. And there's this beautiful violin part, so I did ask Alex maybe next year if I could accompany him on the fiddle. He said yes, but I'm not sure he was serious. No. He is also a new proud father, which I am sure is influencing his songwriting. Mr. Alex Shire.
Appreciate it. How you guys doing? Yeah, so when I came to see Dr. Good? Sorry about that, y'all. So when I came to see Dr. Rubin, I was 18 years old and just got on American Idol. I was in the top 20 in 2015, and definitely living the rock star life, beer, chicken wings, and that was my diet. And not good for acid reflux, not good for your voice. I was on the road for 300 days a year for 10 years, and had some vocal issues, came in, had a couple hemorrhages and a polyp, and Dr. Rubin and Dr. Codino and everybody at Lakeshore Ear, Nose, and Throat taught me a lot about, what it means to protect your voice and take care of it. And, I learned a lot over the years. I never knew how to read music. I still don't. So I definitely didn't know any fundamentals about how to use my voice. It was mostly just screaming into the mic and having fun, and we're still doing that, but with a little bit more intention. So hopefully Dr. Rubin doesn't get upset. I'm changing the program a little bit. I had an original scheduled on the program, but I've been playing this to my son the last couple nights on the couch. It's a rendition of Free Fallin', and he's been clapping a lot. He's only 4 months old, so I don't know if it's just because he's happy to see me, or if it's good. I guess I'll let you be the judge. But sound has always been my superpower, and taken away from me multiple times, and you know, I never knew how valuable it was. So one thing I want to mention, a lot of people, we're talking a lot about taking care of your voice. I took a lot of time to reflect and think about what was causing some of the distress that created the injuries. I mean, sometimes there's nothing you can do, but for me, there was a lot of internal conflict and stress that was causing my muscles to tense up and just be generally stressed out. So I think it's important to stay grateful and not be angry so much, and you know, be happy and grateful you're here. And I think that'll loosen up your muscles, and your voice will be happy that you did that. So yeah. She's a good girl, loves her mama, loves Jesus and America too. She's a good girl, crazy about Elvis, loves horses and her boyfriend too, yeah. It's been a long day, living in Reseda. There's a freeway running through the yard, and I'm a bad boy, 'cause I don't even miss her. I'm a bad boy for breaking her heart, and I'm free, free falling, falling. And I'm free, free falling, falling. And all the vampires walking through the valley, over west town, Ventura Boulevard, and all the bad boys are standing in the shadows, and the good girls are home with broken hearts, and I'm free, free falling, and I'm free, free falling. Free falling now, 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 free falling. I wanna glide down over Mojave. I wanna write her name in the sky. I'm gonna free falling out into nothing. Oh, I'm gonna leave this world for a while, and I'm free, free falling, and I'm free, free falling, falling. Thank you very much.
All right, another learning opportunity. Oh my goodness, you're learning so much tonight. Okay, so you've started to notice a subtle, progressive hoarseness and some throat pain. You're still making it through the day, but something just doesn't feel right. Your right ear aches every now and then, and when you light that sporadic cigarette because you're a social smoker, you know I'm talking to you, your throat burns a bit. What is the first step you should take? Option A, double up on your reflux meds and take apple cider vinegar shots to treat your reflux. Option B, use throat numbing sprays or lozenges so you don't feel the pain. Option C, schedule an appointment with an otolaryngologist to check your vocal folds. Yes, you all won. Perfect. Okay, our next.
Wait, a couple teaching points. So sometimes ear pain can be referred from, it isn't always cancer, but it can be referred from muscular pain as well, but it can be a sign of something more ominous. So one-sided ear pain that is not explained by an ear infection or something like that should be checked out.
All right, our next performer is a true powerhouse of the stage, whose voice has quite literally traveled the world. Her introduction has another educational opportunity. Anita Newby is a classically trained vocalist at Wayne State University, and she is a master of what we call crossover. It's the ability to take the technique used in classical training and cross it over to popular styles seamlessly into the soul and flexibility of those styles. In her case, jazz, Motown, and R&B. She's performing tonight with her extremely talented brother, James Newby. Anita is a writer, she's a director, a choreographer, and a master of everything music. Please welcome the incredibly talented Anita Newby.
Good evening. How's everybody doing tonight? It is my extreme honor and pleasure to be here at World Voice Day. I did a little research, and my first World Voice Day performance was in 2013. And I haven't done every one. I'm not always around to do every one. But I am so grateful for the team at Lakeshore, because my first introduction was to Dr. Rubin was because of some damage I had done to my voice due to overuse. And I think that's something that happens more often than we think about, because a lot of times we think, oh, if I just, if I push myself, some of us are trained to push ourselves in different things. Your voice is not one of those things that you should push. But I did that. I was actually doing a show and did some damage to my voice, and I actually have scarring on my vocal folds, which I still have. But I went and I got some vocal therapy and was able to come back from that. Then a few years later, I ended up being very hoarse for a couple of weeks. Remember, we talked about that. That shouldn't happen. For a couple of weeks, and I made an appointment to go see Dr. Rubin on my lunch hour at work. And I told people, I said, you know what? I got to go check this out just to see what's wrong. I'll be back. I might take 90 minutes, but I'll be back. I came back on vocal rest and on disability from my job, because I had to really deal with this hemorrhage in the vocal cords. And of course, I recovered from it. And I'm so grateful, because I spend not the majority of my time, but a lot of time singing. It's what I do by my profession. And at this point, it wasn't then, but if I hadn't have gone to Dr. Rubin and taken the time to take care of my voice in a new way, I wouldn't have the career and the opportunities that I have now. So I am so, so grateful. So my words of wisdom are the same as those that preceded me. Pay attention to your voice. Pay attention to the vocal changes. And I want to say, from personal experience, don't let people pressure you to do things with your voice that you know you shouldn't do. Don't fall for the game. Don't fall for it. If you're sick, if you've been doing too much with your voice, you can say no. No is a whole complete sentence with no explanation needed. Can you do that? No. And then preserve your voice. But I'm joined with me on the stage tonight by my favorite musicians in the entire world. And I mean that. No exaggeration. My brother James Newby on keyboard. And you'll know in just a minute why I love them so much. And my fabulous godson on drums, Joshua Hubbard. I'm going to do the song that I did at my very first World Voice Day in 2013. And it is something that combines two of my most favorite styles of music, musical theater and jazz. This is My Favorite Things. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with string. These are a few of my favorite things. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudel, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodle, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Oh, yeah, my favorite things. Oh, yeah. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into spring. These are a few of my favorite things. Oh, my favorite things. My favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. Ta-da-ba-da-dum. James Newby, ladies and gentlemen.
It's what we call a family affair. Is this you or me?
Am I supposed to talk? Yes. All right. So our next performer is a Nashville recording artist with over 30 years of ministry under her belt. A top 10 artist on Singing News Radio, she has shared her soulful Christian country sound everywhere, from church revivals to national rodeos. And she came all the way from Texas to be here tonight. So we're very thankful for that. And her loving husband of 28 years, Dwayne, is not here, but I know she's thinking about him, and he'll be probably listening live from Texas. Everybody welcome Regina May. Pick any mic.
Well, good evening. It's good to be here tonight. I was telling my friend, after all these talented singers get up here, I'm like, man, maybe I should have stayed at the house. You know, but I'm here and for a reason, and that's to glorify my God. Because I was in Texas last Mother's Day, and I was singing at the Robertson County Cowboy Church. The band was playing, and I was singing, and something happened in my voice. I felt it. It felt like air was going out of a tire. And I'm like, I can't do the ending of this song. It's not going to happen. So I modified it, and the band followed me, and then they turned it right around and tried to make me do the end of the song again. And after church, we got in the car, and I told my husband, I said, something don't feel right. So I went home and did my usual, drank some tea and relaxed and everything. And the next morning, I get up, and I have my speaking voice, of course. But as all the singers do, sometime during the day you start to sing. So I just started to belt out a song, and it sounded like a herd of cats just going at it. And I'm like, oh my word, what has happened? And my husband's like, oh my goodness, just don't ever do that again. That was the worst thing I've ever heard. It was bad. It was like a lot of teenage boys, where's Cody, in a room trying to go, get their voices. It was bad. So of course, all of us think it's going to pass. It's going to pass. I'm going to be okay. Well, a week passes and nothing. And I'm supposed to sing at a revival. The revival comes and goes. I went, but I couldn't sing. And so I get back up to Michigan, and I go to a doctor in my area. And the first thing he says to me when I go in there, he starts naming all these celebrities that lost their voice. Julie Andrews, she had surgery. She never sang again. And then he's like, you know how old she was? I'm like, 58. And he's like, yeah. So my hope was starting to be taken away that day in that doctor's office. Because I'm like, okay, I'm getting older. I've been in ministry for 30 years. I've traveled and sang at churches. Well, that's a good run, right? Maybe God's got another ministry for me. And so I was so discouraged that I didn't even go to their therapy. And then I went back. It was 2 weeks later, I went back and sat across from him, and he said, how you doing? And I just started bawling. And he's like, it's okay. I found someone for you, someone that works with singers. And he sent me, and he says, I'm going to call him today. Well, he called him that day, and I got a call from your office that day. And they set me up an appointment for the next week. I came in, and I sat across. There was a room full of them. Dr. Codino was in there. Dr. Rubin was in there. They were all in there. There was other faces that I can't remember, but they were there. But thank you. And he sat across from me. I cried the whole time. They did all the testing and everything. And he confirmed that I had hemorrhaged. That's what had happened that day in church. I had hemorrhaged. And the only thing those two doctors agreed on was the fact that I waited too long. I had waited too long, thinking it was going to pass. So, but he sat there, and he was so compassionate, way better than the first doctor. And he's like, we're going to help you. And do you know, Dr. Codino took me from that office into her office, and that very day, they started working with me. I'd never heard of it before, straw therapy. I am one of the oldest singers here, you can probably tell. But I'd never heard of that before. And, I'd always told, don't blow bubbles in your milk, So I never did it. But she encouraged me to, and I tell you what, I blew bubbles every restaurant we ever went to, that my water bottle with the straw with it, just everywhere I went. And within 3 weeks, I did my first concert. I did modify some of the songs until my voice could come back, but I'm so thankful that God put you in my life at that time, because I really thought, well, I'm old. It's done. I got to do something else. But I did learn a lot through that, and I'm just so grateful that God is so good that He did restore my voice so that I can continue to glorify Him in song. And I am just going to sing the song that I blew my voice on that day. And because every time I sing it, I remember, you know what? God is good. He is faithful. He never left me during that time. I learned to not compare myself with other people. I'm way too old to be doing that anyway. Everything's fallen in all the places, So it's like, you got to stop doing that. Just do what you do, glorify God, and love people. And I love you guys. Thank you so much. The only one qualified to throw a stone had nothing in his hand but forgiveness and love. The only one qualified to judge her soul knelt there on the ground, wrote right in the dust. One by one her accusers left her alone with the Lord. He didn't shame or condemn her, just said, go and sin no more. He didn't come to throw a stone, he came to offer grace. He didn't come to condemn the world, instead he came to save. Jesus paid the price, he didn't have to pay. He didn't come to throw a stone, no, he came to roll the stone away. Roll it away. The only one qualified to throw a stone knows everything I've done, every little thing. The only one qualified to judge my soul, forgave my past mistakes, and set me free. He didn't come to throw a stone, he came to offer grace. He didn't come to condemn the world, instead he came to save. Jesus paid the price, he didn't have to pay. He didn't come to throw a stone, no, he came to roll the stone away. The burden of our sin away, the weight of all our shame away. And he took it all on him, and he rolled it all away. Praise God, he rolled it all away. He didn't come to throw a stone, he came to offer grace. He didn't come to condemn the world, instead he came to save. Jesus paid the price, he didn't have to pay. He didn't come to throw a stone, no, he came to roll the stone away.
Well, we started with someone very young, and then we got a little more mature as the night went on. And by the way, I go last, so. But I think these, last few and this upcoming one show that age is just a number, and if you keep your voice healthy, you can keep doing what you love for a long time. Vinny Dombrowski is the lead singer of Sponge, and he has been rocking out for a long time. Sponge was formed by him in 1992. They've produced 10 studio albums, 4 live albums, multiple compilations, and have had several charting singles, including Plowed, which you're going to hear tonight. Debut album was released in 1994, Rotting Piñata. I thought Juliana would like that because it has a Spanish word in it. They've done numerous tours. They've appeared on The Jon Stewart Show, David Letterman, and Conan O'Brien. He's just a great guy. Here is Vinny Dombrowski.
You're all so polite. All the performers are so beautiful. And I go, make some noise for the performers, by the way. Dr. Rubin just put me here for comic relief. I hope you're tipping out your bartenders and your waitresses. Got any Iggy Pop fans in here? Iggy Pop said something like, why he started his musical career. He said, I can't sing and you can't play guitar, so let's start a band. And that's kind of how it was with us in the early days. We had no idea what we were doing. We just wanted to write a lot of songs and play a lot of shows. So that's exactly what we did. And along the way, you do a lot of things right, and you do a lot of things kind of wrong, And of course, we were the alternative rock era. It was cool, but we were going to change things. It wasn't all going to be sex, drugs, and rock and roll. But guess what? It was all sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And the weird thing is, you're out there doing what you do, and you're partying hard, and you have tours booked, and a lot of people have spent a lot of money. And so when you're feeling low, you don't take a break. You don't rest your voice. You get more drugs. Guys with doctor bags and needles, and you feel good for about 5 days until you don't. And it catches up after a while. But lately, over the last 10 years or so, I've learned how to deal with it in a better way than just drugs. It's lifestyle, and it's a commitment. My wife, she never understands why I can't eat chocolate. I don't get it. Why can singers not eat chocolate? Somebody please tell me today. But that's universal, I guess. It's like when you eat, what you drink, what you don't drink. I used to love to drink. A lot. I would drink before shows, during shows, after shows. It's a lot of fun. Until it wasn't. Now I got like a bottle of hot water on stage. That's what I have on stage these days. But I tell people, Dr. Rubin says that during the week I can drink, when I'm working, drink clear liquor, and on my days off I can drink brown liquor. That's not true. Sounds cool, but it's not true. So it's great to be here with you folks. I'll play a song that I wrote Shoveling Snow in Detroit, 1992. The only thing I didn't write, and I'm not going to play it, is the iconic guitar riff. It's called Plowed. Well, I wake up some dream I made up. Though I guess this is reality. What will change us, or will we mess up? Only chance to collect with the dream. Say a prayer for me. 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 I'm buried by the sound of a world of human wreckage. In a world of human wreckage. In a world of human wreckage. Yeah, I'm lost and I'm found and I can't touch the ground. I'm plowed into the sound, to the sound. You can make some noise, it's okay. To see wide open with a head that's broken. Hey, alive on some tragedy. If you plow me under the ground that covers the mess that's died as a stain. Say a prayer for me. 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 I'm buried by the sound of a world of human wreckage. In a world of human wreckage. In a world of human wreckage. Yeah, we're lost and we're found and we can't touch the ground. We're plowed into the sound. I say, well, I wake up some dream I made up. No, I guess this is reality. Thank you. And I gotta say this, you know, it's hard to keep up a rock and roll image when you're carrying a glass around with a lid and a straw in it constantly. Blowing bubbles 7 days a week. I blow bubbles on my days off. Thank you, Juliana. And of course, Dr. Rubin, thank you for all your guidance. You're my mechanic. Thank you.
Vinny, we tell you you can't eat chocolate because then we can have the chocolate. That's.
Thank you, Vinny. That was awesome. All right. Well, I'm going to take a hug from him. Thank you. That was awesome. Oops, sorry. All right. Well, it's a true privilege to introduce this next performer. Her journey has been incredible to watch. She went from a standout student at Oakland University, School of Theater and Dance, to a patient, then to a speech-language pathology student, and eventually she became our clinical fellow. Today, she's an exceptional voice pathologist in her own right. Beyond her clinical skill, Olivia Langsdorff arrives every day with a fresh perspective and a young creative spark that keeps us all on our toes. She's a constant source of innovative ideas, and her vibrant personality is exactly what we hoped for and more. Please welcome the talented and passionate Olivia Langsdorff.
Hello. My name's Olivia. I have the best job in the world, and I love the larynx. This song reminds me of growing up on a lake in the North Woods of Wisconsin, and I'm excited to sing it for you. Wade in the water, mud-covered feet. I'm dizzy in sunlight, splashing over me. My hands reaching outward, the wind and my mother, they both held me upright as I fell right back into backwards, hold my breath and go. What a feeling as the waters rush over me. The face is blurring, my sister riding her bike from the store. My grandfather smoking his pipe out on the porch. My eyes watch like a dream, this life that spills over me and rocks me to sleep. The sky is a blanket, your hand is a stone. The lake is a prayer, swallowing prayers as I close my eyes. And maybe it's you, your love that I'm feeling, and maybe it's God, this love that I'm feeling, and maybe it's just the sun spreading over the rippling water, and maybe I'm just a drumming of heartbeats, and maybe I was a melody leaping from birds singing out. The light spreads across the whole world, holding its breath as I go. What a feeling as the waters rush over me. The face is blurring, my mother holding me tight to her chest. When I close my eyes, I still feel her words in my head. It fills me like a dream, this voice that spills over me and rocks me to sleep. Rocks me to sleep and rocks me to sleep. And my mom is right there. Hi, Mom.
I feel the same way. In 2007, a young budding voice pathologist came all the way from Argentina to study with Dr. Rinaldi. 7 years later, she returned to become my partner in crime, my work wife, and continue the legacy of her mentor, Dr. Rinaldi. It's Juliana. We have appointments open next week. No, okay. All right, and she is here, and she's bringing more Argentina to you and to our concert with this next number.
All right, thank you for that. We're gonna sing some Argentinian rock. For those who know the words, please sing along. Cuento con las alas del mar, si no encuentro un ser humano que me pase a buscar. Siempre tiemblo y vuelvo a temblar. No me mires, no me toques y me pongo a gritar. Muy bien, yo salgo a bailar en medio de los coches y yo no. Y yo sueño que soy yo. Y yo muero de odio, porque me dicen lo que tengo que hacer. Él se convirtió en superstar. El teléfono no para de llamar. Por la noche vino el doctor, su enfermera Mary Poppins, y él es orinador. Tú tienes cuerpo de fusil, yo estoy siempre a punto de estallar. No, y yo sueño que soy yo, y yo muero de odio, porque me dicen lo que tengo que hacer. No quiero ver el sol, quiero ver el sol, quiero hacerlo. No me hagas daño ni me des amor, por lo menos hoy quiero hacerlo. Vengo con las alas del mar, si no encuentro un ser humano que me pase a buscar. Ya no quiero verme llorar esta noche y se hace tarde, yo te espero en el bar. Na na no, 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 na na no.
Buenísima. Okay, we're getting near the end here. Joseph Hitchcock. Now, as some of you know, we have 2 clinical fellows each year, voice pathology. It's a very competitive position to obtain. The requirements are being smart, fun to get along with, being able to sing, and being willing to sing backup in the band. As you will see, our next performer probably shouldn't be singing backup, but hey, that's show business. So feel free to get those cell phone lights high in the air as you relive your teenage memories of slow dancing at arm's length as Joseph serenades you with an Air Supply classic.
I don't have a long speech. I do have a confession, which is that I've never been a patient of Dr. Rubin or Dr. Codino, and I feel a little bit left out at this point. But yeah, I'm a sucker for a power ballad, and there are a few people who write power ballads like Jim Steinman, and so yeah, it's one of my favorite Jim Steinman songs. I know just how to fake it, and I know just how to cry. I know just where to find the answers, and I know just how to lie. I know just when to fake it, and I know just when to scheme. I know just when to face the truth, and then I know just when to dream. And I know just where to touch you, and I know just what to prove. I know when to pull you closer, and I know when to let you loose. And I know the light is fading, and I know the time's gonna fly. And I'm never gonna tell you everything I gotta tell you, but I know I gotta give it a try. And I know the roads to riches, and I know the ways to fame. I know the rules, and then I know how to break them, and I always know the name of the game. But I don't know how to leave you, and I'll never let you fall. And I don't know how you do it, making love out of nothing at all. 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 Every time I see you, all the rays of the sun are all shining through the waves of your hair. And every star in the sky is taking aim at your eyes like a spotlight. The beating of my heart is a drum, and it's lost, and it's looking for a rhythm like you. You can take the darkness from the pit of the night and turn it to a beacon burning endlessly bright. I gotta follow it, 'cause everything I know, well, it's nothing till I give it to you. I can make the runner stumble, I can make the final block, and I can make every time go let the sound of the whistle, I can make all the stadiums rock. I can make tonight forever, or I can make it disappear by the dawn. And I can make you every promise that has ever been made, and I can make all your demons be gone. But I'm never gonna make it without you. Do you really wanna see me crawl? And I'm never gonna make it like you do, making love out of nothing at all. Out of nothing at all. Out of nothing at all. Out of nothing at
Hello. I fear I might lose some patience tonight as they question my judgment for singing after him. You're still in the backup. Okay, I do want to say something. I know in the first number you heard some feedback early on, and I don't want that to be a blemish on our tremendous lighting and sound crew, because it turned out I didn't have my hat on during the sound check, and there is some reflection there that caused the group. So I did not, it was all my fault. I want a big hand for our lighting and sound crew, please. I don't have a hat on now, so there are no excuses. All right. So how many music educators are out there? All right. Well, music educators are really important, obviously, protecting young voices and inspiring people. I picked this song because when I was at New England Music Camp, yes, I went to band camp. Get it out of your systems now. I had a great, inspiring choral director who accompanied me on this song, Sit Down, You're Rocking the Boat from Guys and Dolls. And afterwards, he said, you know, Adam, you have a real shot at making a career in musical theater. So I became a doctor. This is a James Taylor sort of rendition of it. I hope you enjoy it. I'll take an E flat. I dreamed last night I got on a boat to heaven, and by some chance I had brought my dice along, and there I stood, and I hollered, somebody fade me, brought the passengers on due, right from wrong. And the people all said, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down. People all said, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. And the devil will drag you under by your sharp propelling your checker coat. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. I sailed away on that little boat to heaven, and by some chance I found a bottle in my fist, and there I stood, nicely passing out the whiskey, but the passengers were bound to resist. For the people all said, beware, beware, you're on a heavenly trip. Beware. People all said, beware, 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 you'll scuttle that ship. And the devil will drag you under by that fancy tie around your wicked throat. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking that boat. And as I laughed at those passengers to heaven, a great big wave came and knocked me overboard. And as I sang and I hollered, somebody save me, that's the moment I woke up. Thank the Lord. I said to myself, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down. I said to myself, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking that boat. And the devil will drag you under with a soul so heavy you'll never flow. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Stop rocking the boat. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. That's right. Rockin' that boat. Go rockin' that boat. Sit down. Sit down. You better sit down. Sit down. I said sit down, sinner. You're rockin' that boat. Go rockin' that boat. Sit down, sit down, sit down. You better sit down. You better sit down. I said sit down. Stop rocking that boat. Stop rocking that boat. Sit down. Sit down, down. Sit down. You better sit down. Sit down. Lay down. Don't be rocking that boat. You better sit down. Come on.
on.
You're rocking that boat.
Don't rock the boat,
I
baby.
said sit down. Stop rocking the boat. Hey, you. All right. This brings us to the end of the evening. And I want all the performers from this concert, and if there are any there from past concerts, to come on up. And I want all you guys, all you people, in the audience to try to sing along. The words are in the program. And if you can't do the melody, you can just do, your love keeps lifting me. You can do that part too. Yes. Before we begin this, I am gently reminded about the gift card. Underneath one of these tables, if you feel right next to your seat, if you feel the table next to your seat, you will find, one lucky person will find that $50 gift card, and that buys a lot of gelato, I gotta tell you, and it is good stuff. Did anyone find it? Anyone? I would check table number 12, but that's just me. At the end, and maybe check the floor if you don't see it. Did we find it? Yay, nay? Yeah, you found it? You got it. Hey! It's in Birmingham, Michigan, and you're going to love it. I'll meet you there. All right, are we ready to rock? Hey, let's do it. Get up close to those microphones. Hey! How will we do all that? Your love is lifting me higher than I've ever been lifted before. So keep it up, quench my desire, and I'll be at your side forevermore. I say your love keep on lifting me higher, higher and higher. I say your love downhearted, disappointment was my closest friend. But then you came and I soon departed, and I'll never show its face again. I say your love keeps on lifting me higher, higher and higher. I say your love on lifting higher and higher. Thank you all for coming to our 20th World Voice Day concert. How about a huge round of applause for all these amazing performers here today. Hopefully their talent and their stories inspired you to pay a little more attention to your voice, to love it, to cherish, to care for it. I'm so glad I finally found you. My one in a million girl, and I'll whip my loving arms around you. I can stand up and face the world. Why, guys? I say your love keeps on lifting higher, higher and higher. I say your love lifting me. Ladies and gentlemen, Identity Crisis or Identitage. Over there on keyboards, Miss Hope Hazano. Over there on bass, Mr. William Clivenow. Rocking it out on the drums, Mr. Brian Sandoval. And down
down there living his best life in his retirement, Dr. Eric Sardin. We're going to do this one more time. We're going to bring it home, okay? I say your love keeps on lifting higher, higher and higher. That's right. I said your love keeps on lifting higher and higher, higher. Thank you. Good night, everybody. We need a group picture, so don't leave the stage. Group picture, and any volunteers to take it.